Welcome everyone. Sleepy Saturday morning at the Sault Ste. Marie Airport. Well, sort of sleepy. Here's what's happening. We've got a high pressure system above us right now that is providing good flying weather, smoke accepted, going west for our next stops. This is a down day for the tour. This was supposed to be an off day for people to sort of sleep in after last night's festivities. A few of the float planes were going to go out today and do some splashing. Some of the other pilots are going to go up and fly the Agua Canyon and take a look at that, and then carry on tomorrow westward. But later tonight, there's a cold front moving through, and the weather prediction for tomorrow is pretty bad. Shift in the winds brings more smoke, so the flying tomorrow and the next day looks like it's going to be a no-go for the VFR pilots. My thinking is, I didn't stay out too late last night. I got home, got a good sleep, looked at the weather this morning and thought, I'm going to go west this morning. So that's what I'm going to do, and I will catch up with the group, or the group will catch up with me in a day or two. Some of the other VFR pilots are flying home. A little bit of mechanical trouble with one of the planes. They lost their vacuum pump. They're still VFR capable, so they're taking the opportunity to fly back to Southern Ontario this morning. So looking at the smoke forecast and the GFA, I think the weather is good to continue westbound. So I'm going to follow the shoreline-ish of Lake Superior, stop in Marathon to get some fuel, and then carry on to Dryden. Come on along.
Sault Ste. Marie Information Foxtrot. Weather at 1400 Zulu. Wind 290. At tree. Visibility 5 miles. Slope 3,902. Ceiling 6,800 broken. 8,800 broken. 9,800 broken. Temperature 12. Dew point 90. Altimeter 3002. Approach RNAV runway 30. Landing and departing runway 30. Inform ATC that you have information Foxtrot.
Sioux Ground, this is Foxtrot Mike Victor Uniform.
Foxtrot Mike Victor Uniform, Sioux Ground.
Sioux Ground, Foxtrot Mike Victor Uniform, Cessna 172 on the main ramp with information Foxtrot, requesting taxi to the active for a VFR flight plan northwest to Marathon.
Mike Victor Uniform, ground runway 30, wind 250 at 5 knots, altimeter 3002. Taxi Golf, squawk code 0040, and tower 118.8 holding short.
Taxi Golf 0040 is the squawk code, and contact tower holding short 30, Mike Victor Uniform. Sioux Tower, Foxtrot Mike Victor Uniform holding short 30 on Golf for departure.
Foxtrot Mike Victor Uniform, Sioux Tower, the right turn northwestbound approved, wind 250 at 5, clear for takeoff runway 30.
Clear takeoff 30, Mike Victor Uniform.
ATC clears Golf Yankee Oscar Alpha to the Sudbury Airport by the Sioux 8 squawk 4712.
Yankee Oscar Alpha ground, Rebecca is correct, advise ready to taxi.
Yankee Oscar Alpha is ready to taxi for a run-up.
Yankee Oscar Alpha ground, roger, runway 30, wind 260 at 5, altimeter 3002. Taxi Golf, contact tower 118.8 holding short. Mike Victor Uniform, tower, you're identified 1,200 feet.
1,200, Mike Victor Uniform. Sioux Tower, Foxtrot, Mike Victor Uniform, clearing the zone northwest, 2,600 climbing.
Mike Victor Uniform, tower, roger, surveillance service with me now terminates, cleared on roof frequencies, you can squawk 1,200, have a safe flight.
Thank you very much, squawk 1,200, Mike Victor Uniform.
Okay, and I'm not sure if you can tell, but visibility at altitude is pretty bad. I'm thinking I can see grounding 5 miles in front of me. So that's on slant range, but 5 miles in front of me. I had filed for 3,500. I'm going to stay at 3,000. I had filed a flight plan that was going to take me directly to Wawa Airport and then over. And I've decided that for this first little bit, I'm just going to follow the coastline of Lake Superior. It's going to be longer for me to fly, but in this smoke, in this haze, over water, there is no horizon. So I'm going to follow the coastline, until I get a little bit inland, and then once we're inland, I'll punch back to the purple line and let the autopilot do its work. I'm confident in the autopilot, but you know, I want that horizon. Well, at VFR, I need that horizon. And we're pretty much on our own out here, completely on our own. Since I don't have a passenger, survival bag is in the right seat. Head on a swivel this morning. Head on a swivel. Out here, there's no need. You don't have to have a radio, and you don't need to have ADS-B. And there could be people bombing around out here. .26.7 traffic. This is Foxtrot Mike Victor Uniform Cessna 172, currently over Batchewana Bay at 3,000 feet, heading northwest to Wawa. Batchewana Bay traffic. Wawa traffic, Foxtrot Mike Victor Uniform crossing the field at 3,000 feet, turning towards Marathon. Wawa traffic, Foxtrot Mike Victor Uniform. Marathon traffic, Cessna 172, Foxtrot, Mike Vic Uniform, 10 miles southeast of the field, inbound for landing, time over the field in 6 minutes. Marathon traffic, Foxtrot, Mike Victor Uniform. So this whole flight, I've been a little lower than I wanted to be, but that's in order to keep my visibility good. I've been very cognizant of highways, and we flew for quite a while over top of the main Trans-Canada Highway, and then it bolted inland. And in the last couple hundred miles, I have been watching and taking note of all of the forestry roads, all the forestry landings, where the cutovers are, all of those places that you could sit a plane down on. And we're just about now, the Trans-Canada is coming in underneath us again on our way into Marathon. This flight, this part of the flight has been pretty stressful. The smoke comes in waves. You know, and I get decent visibility still with the haze, and then another wave comes in and the visibility goes down to, 3 to 5 miles. Marathon traffic, anyone in the circuit or on the ground that I can get a wind check, please? Marathon traffic, Foxtrot Mike Victor Uniform, about to overfly the field at 2,500 to get a look at the windsock. Marathon traffic. Marathon traffic, Foxtrot Mike Victor Uniform, going to join the left downwind runway 34. Full stop, Marathon. Marathon traffic, Mike Victor Uniform, base to final, runway 34, full stop, Marathon.
Marathon traffic, Foxtrot, Mike Victor Uniform, backtracking runway 34 for departure. Marathon.
Marathon traffic for 22 Thunder 860 medevac, MU2, just start up on the ramp, taxiing for departure, runway 16, we'll hold short 16 for the departing traffic, and then line up and Thunder Bay next at 16,000.
Marathon traffic, Mike Victor Uniform, rolling on runway 34, westbound departure towards Nipigon. Marathon. Marathon traffic, Mike Victor Uniform, off of runway 34, departing westbound towards the Nipigon. Marathon.
Thunder 860 medevac is taking position 16, Marathon.
So a little while ago, I gave Adventures Alaska a little bit of stick because he was always eating Cliff Bars, and I just renewed my emergency bag, and I took out the Cliff Bars that I normally have in there and replaced them with these kind honey roasted nuts and sea salt. And on a day like today, this is what I need. I would have liked to have in Marathon walked over to the Esso station, the truck stop, and gotten something to eat. I'm sure they would have a hot hamburger or a hot turkey sandwich. Would have been great. But I did a weather briefing, and I'm flying west, and there's a cold front coming east, and the weather briefer was like, "Don't delay your departure. Get to Atikokan in the next hour and a half or 2 hours." And so I've got an hour and a half flight time from this point to get there. So I'm going to make it ahead of that line of cold front, assuming that everything moves at the right pace, or the pace that they think the cold front is moving. I've got lots of time to get in. Winnipeg Center, Foxtrot, Mike Victor Uniform with request.
Foxtrot, Mike Victor Uniform, Winnipeg Center, go ahead.
Could I get the current barometer for Thunder Bay, please?
Showing Thunder Bay altimeter 2989er.
2989er, thank you.
Okay, are you just flying VFR en route between airports?
I am VFR 5 miles west of Nipigon on my way to Atikokan.
Okay, I think I see your target there. Did you want flight following, or you have you all by yourself?
I would love flight following if you could offer it.
Sure, let me get the status paper here. What's your aircraft type and point of departure?
Point of departure was Charlie Yankee Sierra Papa.
Okay, and aircraft type?
Cessna 172.
And what was your full INS one more time?
Charlie Foxtrot, Mike Victor Uniform.
Mike Victor Uniform, squawk code 5141.
5141, Mike Victor Uniform.
Victor Uniform, you're identified, maintain VFR, I'm on the altimeter Thunder Bay 2989er.
2989er and maintain VFR, Mike Victor Uniform, thank you.
I'll be able to talk to you for the next, let's say, 45 minutes or so, and then I'll have to change you en route, and I can probably get you some other information for Atikokan if you need it as well.
Thank you very much.
Winnipeg Air Bravo 464 medevac, looking for descent.
464 medevac, descent 7000, Thunder Bay altimeter 2989er.
2989 will descend 7000, Air Bravo 464 medevac.
Roger.
Winnipeg Center to D701, John clearance, Charles.
D701, roger, and how do you kind of close your flight point?
Full company close for us on the ground, for D701.
Roger, 7 driver report required, clear.
Clear route, back to you later, D701.
Winnipeg Center, good day, Bravo 776 off for Charles 1. Bravo 776, code 6306, clear. 306 South of Shots calling at 8630, level 16,000 Airport, Thunder Bay, Santos.
776 identified, clear Thunder Bay Airport, present position direct, and 5 level 240.
Let's say level 240, present position direct, Thunder Bay, level 776.
Dashboard 2635, clear Thunder Bay Airport, RNAV Yankee runway 07 approach, exit transition.
Clear RNAV Yankee runway 07 approach with mixed transition for 2635. Yep. Winnipeg Center was 1604.
A1604, go ahead.
Yes, if able, I'd like to request direct facet.
A1604, clear direct facet.
Clear direct facet, let's say 1604, thank you.
Yep.
Ike Victor uniform surveillance services are now terminated. Changed en route frequencies.
Changing en route, Foxtrot, Mike Victor Uniform, thank you.
Roger, there is no observed traffic in your vicinity. Have a good day.
You as well, thank you.
One 267 traffic in the Thunder Bay area, Cessna 172, Foxtrot Charlie Victor Yankee is 6 miles north of Thunder Bay, 3,000 climbing, 3,300, outbound in the corridor for the Hazel Cafeteria 6,000 and below.
Atikokan traffic, this is Cessna 172, Foxtrot Mike Victor Uniform, currently 15 miles east of the field, inbound for landing, estimate time over the field in 10 minutes. Foxtrot Mike Victor Uniform, Atikokan traffic. Atikokan traffic, Cessna 172, Foxtrot Mike Victor Uniform, overflying the field to join the right downwind runway 22, Atikokan. Atikokan traffic, Foxtrot Mike Victor Uniform, right downwind runway 22, Atikokan. Atikokan traffic, Foxtrot Mike Victor Uniform, base to final, runway 22, Atikokan. Atikokan traffic, Foxtrot, Mike Victor Uniform, clear of runway 22 on the ramp, Atikokan.
Atikokan. Not my best landing. Not my best landing at all. In fact, I would rate that as probably one of my worst landings. It was really turbulent. The last bit of this flight, while the smoke had cleared a little bit and I had greater visibility, the clouds were really bouncing me around. A lot of convective activity, afternoon heating, all of those sorts of things. Everything that my weather briefing warned me was going to happen pretty much happened in the last little bit. So I'm here in Atikokan. Fire equipment is starting to line up on the ramp. On the radio I could hear a bunch of bird dogs out there looking for fires, checking things out, getting ready. So I'm going to stay here tonight. The crew of Give Hope Wings is going to, they had a meeting this afternoon, they briefed, they have said they're not going farther north to Sioux Lookout and Red Lake, kind of what I had expected to happen. They are going to come here to Atikokan to refuel on their way to Winnipeg tomorrow. So I'm going to get up tomorrow morning. Hopefully this cold front has passed. The storm will have passed by. Better weather. I'm going to get up tomorrow morning and I'm going to fly to Winnipeg. I'm going to try and time it so that I arrive at about the same time because, you know, I don't want to get there too early and I don't want to be the last one. I don't want to wait here for them and then be the last one to arrive. So, thanks again for watching these videos. Thanks again for everyone who has donated to Hope Air. I can't thank you enough. And even if you can't donate, let other people know that the service exists so that they can get help when they need it. Thanks for stopping by. See you again soon. I'm still stuck here. I slept in the terminal last night because there are no hotel rooms here. So I slept in the terminal, got up this morning, made myself a cup of tea, and I'm just waiting for this low cloud to burn off. It should burn off by noon, and then I'm gonna head west to Steinbach